We'll be doing graph transformations today. We are starting, this is the standard. We're going to start with a vertical shift and a horizontal shift. If you'll notice, the vertical shift has no parentheses, the horizontal does. Okay. Now this looks messy, and I apologize ahead of time, but it's because I got all the graphs on there. The beginning graph is f of x means y, equals 2 to the x power. That is the graph in blue. 2 to the x power, I just put a table here. 2 to the 0 power is 1, 2 to the first power is 2. You're honestly putting in a number for x, and that's where these points come from. Now, we are using Desmos, D-E-S-M-O-S. It's a graphing calculator that is online and free to use that they use on the EOC. So you need to know how to use that calculator. So most of the work I did by hand for the video, but in class we use that graphing calculator. So you'll just type in 2 to the x in the calculator. It'll give it to you. It'll be that blue thing there, and you just look for points that you can plot and plot them. There's also a little toolbar on there that you can hit that gives you the table. So you can do that. What I want you to see is that the graph shifts. See that +1? It will take this 2 to the x and shift it up 1. It literally takes every one of these points and just moves them up 1. So if you look and you type this in on Desmos, you'll see it immediately. It graphs it really quick. This one takes that same blue graph and it will move it down 1. So that's a vertical shift down 1. We abbreviate that, and when you see the words compare on your assignment, that's what it's wanting. It's wanting you to write vertical shift, VSH, arrow down 1. This one is vertical shift, up 1. All right, we do the same thing with a quadratic graph. The one we just got through looking at was exponential. This is quadratic. The parent of the quadratic graph is here in black, and you are taking the x value and squaring it. So if I take -2 and I square it, I'm going to get +4. If I take -1 and I square it, I'm going to get 1. If I take 0 and square it, I get 0. 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. That's the parent graph. If I take that very self-same graph and I add 2 to it, I can still do a table like I just did. But it's easy enough to take the parent and take all those points and just shift them up 2, because that's literally what's going to happen. That's a +2. It's vertically shifting up 2. And you get the graph in red. Then, and this is a typo on the notes, I meant to type minus. But if you do x squared minus 2, that will take that black graph and all the points will go down 2. That's literally what will happen. That's a vertical shift down 2. All right, this is another exponential graph. It is 1/2 to the x. This is the parent of that one. And you can plug it in on the table and see what it is. Just do the table mode. For the purpose of the video, I'm not going to go into that, but you just sketch a table and you will get that graph. Type it into Desmos. Desmos will give you this graph. All right. Now, the difference between this one and the one we did earlier, this is up in the air. It's the exponent. When you see an exponent like this is a horizontal shift. Now, I'm going to tell you, horizontal shift does opposite of what we think it ought to. You see these vertical shifts, plus went up, minus went down. On horizontal, and notice the difference too. I want you to see this. It's on the ground. It's not in the exponent. It's on the ground, so to speak, with the base. This one is up in the air with the exponent. That's how you'll recognize the difference between horizontal and vertical. This is a horizontal shift. Our mind wants us to think that this is going left, when in all honesty, it doesn't go left, it goes right. So all of our horizontal movements does exactly opposite of what we think they ought to do. So this is shifting 2 places to the right. It's going to take that graph and honestly shift every point 2 places to the right. We call that a horizontal shift to the right of 2. That's what we write when we compare. This one, Our brain wants us to think it's gonna go right. In all honesty, it's not. It's gonna go left. And it's gonna take that black graph and shift everything left. So that's a horizontal shift left of 2. This is the same thing. It's enclosed in parentheses. You will recognize a horizontal shift with a quadratic graph when it is enclosed in parentheses. If it's not enclosed in parentheses, like this here, no parentheses, that's vertical. You see parentheses, that is a horizontal shift. The parent is in black. I'm going to take that, and in red, I have shifted that 2 places to the right. There's your new graph. This one goes left because it's plus. Now, on Desmos, there's a place where you can hit table and you can see what it does. Now, on all of these graphs, I graph the parent. Your assignment is not going to have the parent. It's going to look more like this. On your assignment, you will see just this or just this. You won't see the parent, but you're still going to write the comparison to the parent. All right. This one has a horizontal shift to the right of 3 and a vertical shift up 1. I literally took the parent of 3 to the x and did that with it. All I did this time, I did not sketch the parent. I just sketched the graph itself. That's what I want to see on your homework, is just the graph itself done. If you want to sketch the parent of 3 to x, you most definitely can, but you don't have to. This one is quadratic. It is shifting it 2 places left and 1 down. So the parent went 2 places left and 1 down. And please use Desmos. That's the easiest way to do it. Plus, Desmos is what you'll be doing on the EOC. Thank you.